What is up, guys? Let me apologize before we even start. Lots of chickens in the background. I don't know how to shut up. Anyways, cool gun here. 303 British. This one is I'll show you. 1916. I think it's SSTLE Mark III. This would have been not an early one, but not a late one. It had a 10 round magazine. You could feed with a stripper clip from the top. Safety is over here on the side. Forward for fire, back for safe. And I just wanted to show you guys this. And I would shoot it. I know there's rounds in the clip. This thing is extremely inaccurate. The rifling is all but gone. And this is a sporterized model. Obviously, as you can tell, it doesn't have the Mannlicher stock. And we'll go over a little history on it. 303 rifle, the Enfield rifles, came around in 1888. One of the very first bolt action rifles, along with them and the Mauser. And this gun was what got the British colonies in England and all them through World War One, World War Two, it saw action in Vietnam and everything. And they started the rounds with black powder. They were that old. And then they developed this it was nitroglycerin, I think calcium, and it just had a bunch of weird explosive, when mixed together, powders and chemicals in it. And it's called cordite. And it looked like, I wish I could show you guys. There was basically like little sticks that were inside the case that would explode whenever the primer went off and, push your bullet out. And they developed it because it couldn't get damp. It didn't draw moisture like your regular smokeless powder. And they actually used this, especially in Vietnam, whenever we were in the jungle. They didn't start using smokeless powder in the 303s until mid-60s. They used it all through World War One, World War Two, until like I said, in the 60s, they switched over to just regular smokeless powder. And these guns, you can find these guns anywhere. They used to be actually a really cheap buy, like the Mosin, the Gaunts, and the Springfields and all those, 20-some years ago. But now, this one at auction might go for $400 or $500. And this is not even like a very great condition. This is a sporterized one and everything. $300-400 maybe. But cool old gun I wanted to show you guys. You don't see a whole lot of these around. And this one actually isn't in too terrible of condition. Nice stock on it. And the 303, obviously a 30 caliber round. These guns were notorious for doing some wicked damage on the battlefield. The Germans actually thought, well, in the late 1880s, there was a lot of Geneva Convention violations where people were using soft points. Obviously that's what's in there. And that was before any of that was actually into play, and people realized, they're like, wow, that is a lot of damage. People are really, really dying. And they started using the full metal jackets that would just, go right through and not expand. And the Germans thought that they were actually breaking off the ends of their full metal jackets and using them as basically soft points so that whenever they'd hit, they'd expand. This was not the case. It's not completely proven, but, there could have been a few misbehaviors in the group that may have done that, but there's not really any proof that anyone actually did it. It was just around. It wasn't going overly fast, but it was a big, heavy round. Whenever it hit, it just did a lot of damage. And just a couple cool little features. This one, they had a magazine stop, actually. It was supposed to be right here. That would close off your action from, picking up another shell. We'll look at this side. They developed this hole back here for in case a catastrophic failure happened inside whenever that round went off, that some of those gases would come out through there. And you wouldn't take the bolt to the face at 100 miles an hour. You'd only take it at like 50 miles an hour. That was good thinking on their part. And these guns are really hard to tell where they were made, because like this one, as you can tell, it has so many markings on it. And the markings came whenever they were in action and they would be getting worked on and stuff. They'd get re-stamped, all kinds of weird stuff would happen. And yeah, it's honestly very hard to tell where they would have came from. I mean, obviously, Enfield, most of them were developed in England, but not all of them were. Some of them were Canadian. I believe some were even American made. And yeah, just a cool old gun I wanted to show you guys. Go over a little history, Like I said, I would shoot it, but ammo for this is very expensive. And it is not accurate whatsoever. Like, I could shoot the wall and hit over there. So yeah. But anyways, thanks guys. Wanted to make a video for you. Like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time.